Welcome to the Matrix. Today, Neil's going to learn how to play poker.
Yes. Today we're going to do some reviews.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about our favorite movies of all time. We had to torture each other with our favorite movies this past week. Well, maybe it wasn't torture for him, but it was a little bit. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad, actually.
Rounders, okay.
What was
I
your
watched
favorite
Rounders.
movie? I watched The Matrix
Yep.
because his favorite movie is The Matrix.
And his favorite movie is The Rounders.
Right. So, what'd you think?
I have seen Rounders before.
Greatest
I watched it
movie
a
of all time,
long time ago. It's an okay movie. I remember watching it the first time. I went, okay, it wasn't bad. Now, watching it again, because I know what it was a lot harder to get through than if I had only watched it once. That was a movie that I would only ever watch once.
I've watched it probably 100 times.
And I've watched The Matrix probably 100 times easy.
It's great. The reason I like Rounders, obviously it has that feel-good story to it, that feel-good aspect to it. For those of you who don't know what Rounders is, it's a movie with Matt Damon and Edward Norton as the two main characters, and what's his name, John Malkovich as KGB.
Yep.
There's
like a few other B-listers in there.
And it's about poker.
Yeah,
I love poker.
Definitely about poker.
I love poker. It's about a guy who goes broke, and then he kind of
in the first 15 minutes of the
that's
show.
like the first scene. He goes broke, and then spoiler alert, guys! If you don't want to know what happens, turn it off. Turn this off. Go watch the movie, and then come back.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the movie, he ends up redeeming himself. It's your typical villain, good guy loses, good guy goes and makes himself better, comes back, beats villain.
But
in a sense.
I guess KGB does become a villain because of what he does.
Yeah.
But, like, at the very beginning, KGB isn't the villain, you know?
No, he's not.
He becomes the villain because of what he does, but in the grand scheme of things, KGB wasn't necessarily the villain. He was just an antagonist.
Yeah.
So...
Well, villain, antagonist. That's
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Rounders was okay. You know, if I know people who enjoy poker... I would recommend that.
That's the greatest poker movie of all time. If you were looking for a poker movie, this is the best one. Do not watch any other one. Rounders. That's what you need.
And it's good because
it's available on Netflix in Canada now, guys. So if you have Netflix, go Rounders and you'll find it. It was exciting that day that it happened. I was very excited.
And it's understandable because he talks about how poker isn't about the cards. It's about the people.
And it's totally true.
The cards help, but you could bluff your way to a win very, very easily.
If him and I sat down and played 100 games of poker,
he would win more of them.
I would probably win 65 out of 100. That's a guess because I play more than he does. And yes, luck is a factor, but it is a skill game to avoid.
Oh, definitely. You've competed in a couple of professional tournaments.
Well, yeah, they're not professional tournaments. They're just anybody can go to PokerStars right now and be like,
no, but I'm talking about like you've actually gone to the casino.
Yeah, I've gone to the casinos a few times. I've played a few times, but they're way too expensive for me to play. I'm like $1 tournaments. Those are my levels. But I just love it. I just love the story behind it. Obviously, because it has the feel-good story to it. It is the typical feel-good story movie where he ends up losing his girl, and he doesn't get her back. That's a good point in that movie. He does not get his girl back because he knows that what do they call? Girls are the rake, right? Remember that? Edward Norton says that.
I don't.
Worm says that. He goes, in life, women are the rake. And the rake, for those who do, is a poker term where in a casino and on PokerStars, if you're playing a cash game, they take a little bit of money for themselves out of the pot.
Okay.
So, like, if you're playing a tournament and the tournament costs you $1.10, 10 cents gets given to the casino, and $1 goes into the prize pool, and that 10 cents is considered a rake. So he's calling women the bad part of poker.
No, understandable. It's a good movie. Again, it's not one of those ones I would watch again, and not willingly. As he said, this was torture. It's not torture. It was just more like there are certain movies that I enjoy watching and again, and The Matrix for me is that movie. Like
where it was for me, where it was a little bit of torture for me. It took me 3 days to watch The Matrix again because I've seen them all, and they're good movies. They're decent movies, but I found that I had a hard time following the story. Maybe because I have a little bit of ADD, maybe, but
well, that is one thing about the story. The missus, she's watched it numerous times with me, and every single time the story completely loses her. And maybe it's because I've read plenty of philosophy. I delve into deep psyche stuff like this. I never got lost in the story. I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed the psychosis behind everything.
Pretty much, like, to me, how I took it was that in the Matrix, they're all just nothing. It's all, their world is just made up in their own minds. Maybe I'm way off, but that's how I took it. His world is in his own mind, and the bad guys were somebody could go from mind to try to manipulate your world.
Well, no, everybody's world is actually connected in that one. Like, in the giant
battery. But you don't
thing.
realize it.
No, you don't realize it.
You don't realize that this person is in your world. You just think, oh, they're part of my world. No. But really, they're part of your world. And it's kind of saying, like, yeah, you're hooked up to these machines. I don't even know. Like, if he comes out of the machine, I'm like, what? Is he still in the Matrix? Is he out of the Matrix?
No, once he came out of the machine, like when he was in that tub, and he wakes up and he pulls a tube out of his throat and he gets disconnected from all the wires. He's now out of the Matrix.
So that's the real world?
Yeah, that's the real world. And like he has that thing on the back of his head where they plug him in the chair.
He can learn stuff.
He can learn stuff. It's like, I know Kung Fu.
I thought that was pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool aspect of the movie where you can just plug yourself in. That would be cool if we could do that. Just, you need to download flying in a helicopter for me. Okay, bam, you can fly a helicopter.
Like, operator, I need schematics for blah, 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 helicopter, and done. I know how to fly a helicopter.
That was pretty cool.
I thought the movie the movie, one, is very stylized. It has that sense of style to it that is just other movies like Underworld. Underworld has the same sense of style to it. And it's very intriguing for me. Like, the very, how everything has that green tinge when you're in the Matrix. And it gives you that feel of, there's garbage on the street, but it doesn't look like garbage. It looks like it's put there and makes it look like it's set there for a reason. Like, a very programmed type of environment.
Everything almost has its place in the Matrix.
Yeah, everything does have its place in the Matrix.
But I think that's the reason that it was hard. And maybe it's for other people too. The Matrix was a very... for me, it was difficult to follow the story and understand completely what was going on. But it was, to me, I looked at it and was, it's a cool action flick.
Yeah.
With a sci-fi twist to it. Sci-fi action twist. And it was like, okay, that's cool. It was good.
Yeah, I know, the Wachowski brothers, at the time, were the ones who made the movie. Now it's a brother and sister combo. They made the movie, and it was a big thing. They used wire tricks, which was something that very common in Asian action flicks. It was not something that was ever done in North America. Now it's done everywhere in every way.
It was very visually pleasing.
The
overall the graphic,
it's
CGI.
Eye candy.
Yeah,
it is wonderful,
especially for when it came
candy.
out. Like if you look at other movies compared to, because when did it come out?
In the 98, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
In my opinion, it still stands up to.
Yeah, when you look at Star Wars,
a lot of movies today. Star Wars in the 70s holds up to today, like A New Hope.
I'm talking about the new ones, not the Force Awakens, but number 1, 2, 3. When you look at those, and how bad they are, compared to the Matrix, which was made around the same time, ish, right within 5 years of each other.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you look at them and you compare them, you go, well, you would think that the Star Wars 1, 2, 3 was made before the Matrix. So visually, it was great. Story, you had to really pay attention. You had to really follow and really go, okay. All right, this person is this. Okay, and that's very hard for me in most times because I just.
But in Rounders, you followed all the characters. I
think it was
really
because
easily. Did you not?
Well, because I've watched it 150 times.
No, okay, that's true. That's a helpful thing. Like the story in The Matrix intrigued me right off the bat, but
I think that's
Rounders
is because the story intrigued me because it was something that I'm very interested in.
Yes,
Whereas Matrix, you're very interested in that type of thing. Whereas I am interested in that, but not as much as it didn't grab me. I didn't go whoosh.
Yeah, you didn't go into The Matrix like I did.
Yeah, whereas I went into Rounders and was like,
woohoo.
And I'm like, okay,
I get it. Like when they're playing poker and the raises. I've watched the World Series of Poker. I have watched some of those. You still watch it.
It's the most.
I never.
It's the most realistic poker movie out there. Like most poker movies you see are like, ooh, royal flush over 4 of a kind. You're like, that's not that feasible. And it's like when you watch like in Casino Royale. You watch their poker game, you're like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fake.
That's a good example.
But when you look at Rounders, and you go, okay, and if you do play poker, you go, these situations happen.
These are real hands. These are real things that you have to make a choice and bet, not bet, see whether or not the guy...
The strategy in it is very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that aspect. I enjoyed the technical aspect of the movie. But Worm was so...
I thought he was great. He was the
he played
great.
A very, very good bad guy.
But
Edward Norton did.
He was that person that you were like, God, why are you friends with him? Yes. But then you go, and sometimes you look and you go, God, I think we all have that friend in our life. Sometimes at one point in our life, we go, man.
Oh, definitely. At one point, right now, I don't think I really have anybody that would.
No, I don't have anybody like that. No, because I don't have any friends. I know, boo-hoo's at me. But yeah, I don't have it. But at some point, maybe I look at myself and probably go, "Ooh, I'm probably more like Worm than anybody else." You know what I mean? When I was younger, I'd probably go, "Ooh, that's probably me." That would probably be me right there.
No,
trying to find the edge, trying to find the because you look at Matt Damon's character Mike, and you look at Edward Norton's character Worm. Mike was Matt Damon was more of a straight edge kind of guy, and Edward Norton was the guy who, I'm going to take an edge if I can. And that ended up getting him in some trouble.
A lot of trouble.
Where Mike was the hero, and he was like, "Ooh, I win because I'm straight edge," and so that's, to me, it made those two played each other well. They played each other very well.
No, the acting, it was good in Rounders, and in The Matrix,
that's one thing I have a problem with The Matrix. I'm not a big Keanu Reeves fan.
Oh, see,
I'm not like his acting to me is very
wooden. That's what a lot of people
stoic,
say.
Very just like,
yeah, no, and you know what? For the character, I think it was very well done.
I think that's
Trinity, Marie Carey.
That's the girl, right?
Yes, she's the woman. Wow, what an amazing woman she was. This was her breakout movie. This is how she became an actress. The suit she was wearing was just great, Yeah, see.
Can't complain.
No, definitely. And as I said, it had a very awesome sense of style. Even, outside of the Matrix, in the real world, that sense of dystopia future was very present. And it didn't give you that sense of, there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of... In it, it gave you that sense of, wow, I'd rather actually be in the Matrix. So that's why they went back into the Matrix, so to speak. Was not necessarily to fight, but to escape reality.
I just watched the movie this week, and I don't even remember how it ended. Honestly, I'm like, I'm trying to think about it. I think they were going for it where the Keanu Reeves character took over as the who's that dude? Lawrence Fishburne? No,
he doesn't actually take over.
That's how I took it, because he
becomes a Christ-like figure.
Yeah, because he's the one. He's the chosen one. Yeah,
yeah. He's one to save everybody.
He can do everything that the bad guys and the good guys can do.
Yeah.
He's like the mesh of the two. And it's like, to me at the end, I thought he took. Who is that? Lawrence Fishburne? Is that
the one they go to save? Yes, the black guy.
Yeah, that's him, right? That's his name, right?
Yeah,
to me, I thought that's what he did. When at the end of the movie, it was like the computer screen about the Matrix thing or whatever, right? That's what I took it as. Oh, Keanu Reeves took over. He's like the leader of the Matrix now.
No. Because the movie actually went on and made 2 sequels.
More, yeah. Were they as good as
no?
The first one?
The sequels weren't as good because that sense of wonder was gone, and they took it and they ran with it, in my opinion, rather well. a lot of people were expecting something, I think, a lot different. But in the end, what they did, I think, was a good way to do everything else. However, if I'm going to watch out of the three, I'm going to watch that first one,
Now,
The Matrix.
See, The Matrix went on and made 2 more movies. Rounders, on the other hand, they have not done anything. There's been rumors that they're going to make a Rounders 2, and I'm kind of going, ooh, please don't.
Yeah, what could you really do with a Rounders?
Now, let's put Rounders in perspective here. Okay, Rounders, I think, was made in 98 as well. Somewhere in that area. I can't 100% remember. Now, poker back in that time was kind of looked at as a backroom kind of thing. In 2005, 2003, 4, somewhere, 2003, 4, 5, somewhere in there, when Chris Moneymaker, if you know poker, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go look it up. He was the poker boom.
Yep.
And that made, because he won a satellite into the World Series of Poker, and he won the World Series of Poker. He won the main event. So it made people go, oh, I'm an amateur, I can go play. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, okay, so that's that one, the poker boom. So this movie was made before poker was popular. And then after that, people tried to make movies about poker, and they failed miserably. Every time I've watched one, I'm like, ooh, hope, please be good. And you're like, ugh. And you're just disappointed. So, and this movie, Rounders, can hold up today. Like, if you watched it today, and you didn't tell somebody, you went, hey, I got this new movie to watch, check it out, just came out. And people didn't know about it, they'd be like, okay, I'll watch it. And they would go,
well, they might be able to tell because Matt Damon looks pretty young in this one, so...
Yeah.
Edward Norton, I don't think he's really changed that much.
I don't think so, yeah.
But Matt Damon, he does have that younger look.
But it would
to
still
him,
hold
so,
up in today.
No.
Just like The Matrix, would probably, you could give it to somebody who's never seen it, didn't even know about it, and they'd be like, oh, that was...
Oh, they'll probably go, hey, it seems like they're using some old technology. And it's like, yeah, old technology is right.
Yeah.
But no, it's done really well. And I think, in honesty, The Matrix still is better than a lot of movies that are coming out now.
Well, a lot of movies that are coming out now, I'm surprised they haven't remade The Matrix with somebody new as the main character.
Well, it's probably because... it holds up well. You know, you can still watch it. Like, the reason why they haven't remade Star Wars was because the first 3 movies, the original trilogy, is still really, really good and really, really well done.
Better than some of the ones that are out now. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like... and it had the same budget, too, for that matter. Some of the ones that are coming out now, it had a worse budget. And they're coming out with crap, like Piranha 3D.
Oh my goodness! Piranha 3D. What was that? Piranha 3 Double D or something?
Yeah, because it was in 3D and there's a lot of breasts in it too. So.
Yeah, what an excuse just to put tits on a fucking movie theater that was.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's very
who's
true.
Complaining, but it's boobs.
Not much, but
I think that's these 2 movies.
Oh,
they didn't rely on anything like that.
No,
they didn't have any sexuality, anything like that at all.
No, I guess because in Rounders there was some kissing, and in The Matrix there's some kissing.
Yeah, but nothing like there's
nothing because in The Matrix Revolutions there's a big sex scene between Trinity and Neo, and it's really
Keanu Reeves play. In all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, they had all this... The
same went through them all?
Yeah, well, the ones that survived from The Matrix went on to do to be in the next one, so not a big deal. But it just... I enjoyed The Matrix so much. I will continue to watch it. I will watch it again.
I think we all have those movies that I think when you get older...
Most people have those movies?
Most people have one movie that they go, well, I'm going to watch a movie. And you go, okay, this one. For me, Rounders. If I can't think of something to watch, and I'm browsing through Netflix for an extended period of time, I go, okay, I'm just going to throw Rounders on. And I watch it, and I go, yes, this is the greatest movie of all time. And every time I watch it, it just solidifies it more and more.
And that's the way some people are. There's that little joy buzzer in your head that goes off whenever you see something that you enjoy. Rounders for you.
Absolutely.
Matrix for me.
100% Rounders, yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. Rounders is not a bad movie. It's not something I would ever watch again.
Go out of his way to watch?
No, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch.
If he saw it, he'd just keep going.
Yeah. It's
Me?
like, oh no, actually, depending. I would watch the KGB scenes again because I think those were...
He was awesome.
Yeah.
Malkovich playing KGB was great.
Yeah, the fact that he gave himself that little Russian accent. You know how John Malkovich sounds, and then he sounds still like John Malkovich, but with a Russian accent, and it's just like
when that scene, that kind of that big climax of where they're playing heads up poker was great.
It was.
There was no like gunfighting or fist fighting, but you could see like the tension, and you're just like. And it was like a big battle. And it was like without the big battle. You know how like in the Matrix they used a lot of like there was a lot of like action.
Oh yeah.
Well, Rounders it was more of a psychological action.
Yes.
Matrix was action, blow shit up, shoot at things, dodge bullets.
The lobby scene, like that is one of the most iconic scenes in my opinion. Fight scenes
Where he dodges the
throughout
bullets.
entire. No.
Is that the one where he
This
dodges
is
the bullets?
when they go through security.
Oh yeah.
And it's like he walks through the metal detectors, like open your jacket, goes like this, all the guns in there, and he's like, huh, and then just shit hits the fan.
And you can see that the Matrix still kind of has a little. You can see that
influence of the Matrix
yes, that's
in
the word.
movies.
Because you can see the dodging bullets is still mimicked in movies today.
Bullet time.
And not in movies, but in everything. And in a lot of stuff, you can see where, and you go, well, that's from the Matrix. When you see Neo, Keanu Reeves, doing his little... That's what you think of. When you see somebody doing something like that, or somebody something on TV, emulates that, you go, well, everybody goes, well, that's from the Matrix.
That's how you know that you have a good movie, is that people reference or borrow from your movie.
And in the mainstream, people do that with Rounders. In the poker world, everybody who's likes poker knows Rounders.
Yeah.
And knows KGB and does their little KGB accents whenever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Type thing, you know.
And that's how you know you have a great movie, is because people borrow from your movie. They lift from you. They quote you. They talk about you with animation in your voice, in your body.
You can see right here.
Yeah.
When I talk about Rounders, my face goes...
Yeah,
lights up.
He's like Matrix.
Rounders! And it's like him, vice versa. You know what I mean? So,
I recommend Rounders, and I would recommend The Matrix.
Oh, I recommend them both too. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen The Matrix, go see it. See it. Watch it.
If you haven't seen
Pull
Rounders,
it up on.
please see it.
Absolutely.
It is on Netflix.
Rounders is.
Yes,
Matrix isn't. The second and third Matrix are, but the first Matrix is not on Netflix. I had to get it off the Shaw when I had to watch it on Movie Encore. And I was like, oh, thank goodness, or I would have been screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
For this show, I would have been like, do I remember the Matrix? Crap.
Do I remember it well enough?
Wait, maybe I have it in my DVDs.
I have it.
I think I do too. I think I have them all. I think I have all three. I know I have a Rounders DVD. That's like my prized possession. But now it's on Netflix, so I don't really need it.
Yeah, that is one nice thing about streaming. It's just been able to hit play.
Yeah, exactly.
Not fiddle with stuff.
Let us know, guys, what your
favorite movie
is of all time.
The one that you spam.
And by favorite movie,
spam.
I don't mean I've watched it 3 times, 4 times. I'm saying that you've watched 100 times. Okay, maybe not 100, but you've watched in excess.
I bet you we both have watched this movie.
I know that I've
times.
I know that
Easy.
Easy that much. Let us know what yours are. Give us maybe some titles down below in our comments on our Facebook page, Twitter, wherever you guys want. And maybe we'll check them out. And maybe we'll come back and we'll do a little bit of cool discussions at the movies, and we'll watch your movie
and see what we have to say about it.
Let us know where you have it, though. Like, if it's on Netflix, let us know that it's on Netflix, because we both have access to the Netflix. He has access to more movies than I do, because he's got a cool little box, and I got a just regular.
A plain little box.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think of these 2 movies. If you haven't, go watch them. Let us know if you like them or not. Other than that, let us know if you like this review by us, and we'll do some more of them, of course. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
All the social media stuff.
Don't forget to check out our past ones over here, because we've got lots.
Yep.
All right, guys. Peace. We'll see you next week.